This is the new overlay for the Juno 106, which shows all the new key layout after fitting the Kiwi 106, little Kiwi logo in the corner. So the idea is this is just going to go over the top here. But if you look, it'll gives you a good idea of what's actually changed. It's quite a lot. So we've got some deep dive menu guidance here, obviously not there originally. Quite a few changes to the buttons. For example, the save, verify, load buttons now control the arpeggiator, which of course the unit didn't have before. Patch buttons now have a lot more functions to do with changing LFO waveforms. Same with the bank buttons. Changing the step program by the looks of it. The LFO adjustment now also looks like some kind of tempo control as well. Quite a lot of hidden menu options now, which you need this, or otherwise you have to have the manual sat next to you the whole time to know what's going on. Some things not changed, obviously waveforms. They're part of the voice chip. That's not going to change. Nothing to do with the CPU. High pass filter, no change there. VCF, no change there. VCA, slight change. Level pattern mix, not quite sure what that is. One thing that became apparent from just tinkering around and not really reading the menu is the envelope doesn't quite work the same anymore. By looking at it, that's because there's 3 pages of settings. There's 2 envelopes and 3 pages of settings behind all this now. Obviously chorus is just a board inside, so no change there. MIDI in, out, through, all that connectivity is the same. One change in connectivity over here. So the tape input and output aren't labelled anymore, so I'm guessing they're disabled now. And the patch shift socket, which was for a pedal to go in and just cycle through your patches, is now external sync in, so that could be quite useful. I think that's a bit more like a Juno 60, so if it receives a click it'll step through the arpeggiator. That's actually a really cool feature. If you've got an external drum machine like a 707 or something, then they can use that to trigger your arpeggiator steps. So really well finished overlay. It's not just thin vinyl or anything, it's quite a thick 3M bonded product. Similar to the stickers you get for action cameras, it takes 24 to 48 hours to bond once you've got it in place. Some subtle differences here, design differences. So this red stripe here is a lot thinner here. The blue isn't the same, so that's a little bit annoying. Frustratingly, this blue here they've used to mark these buttons is correct. If they'd used this blue here, that would be better for me. Rather this was original and we just have the new features listed. But it's a million times better than having to deep dive into the manual, which is very long and convoluted and confusing, and I would rather just read the manual a couple of times and then just have this as my reference and more accurate representation of what the buttons are now doing. So I'm going to be fitting that this afternoon. Wish me luck.